Dear students, today here I will discuss about the transport of gases. Basically, in case of a respiratory system, I will discuss only two gases, that is oxygen and CO2. These two gases are very much important regarding to our respiratory systems. So let's see the media for the transport of these two gases. The only media, we can say that the blood is the only media or blood component, either the blood or blood component are the only media for the transport of these two gases. Let's see the transport of oxygen. In case of oxygen, you have to remember that the oxygen is transported by two things. The first one is blood, and second one is plasma. Blood and plasma. In case of blood, oxygen dissolve about 97%. So we can say that 97% of oxygen actually transported by blood, and remaining 3% of oxygen actually dissolve in plasma and then transported. Okay, so we saw here that oxygen transported by two systems. First one is the blood, then second one is a plasma. Okay, moving to the next part, that is a transport of CO2, carbon dioxide. Okay, there is a three way to transport of CO2. The first one is hemoglobin, or sometimes we are saying it as RBC. Okay, red blood corpuscles. Second, that is in the form of bicarbonate, HCO3 minus, bicarbonate ion. The third one is a dissolved in plasma. Okay, so we can say that the transport of oxygen is easier than the CO2 transport. Okay, let's see the percentage of CO2 which is combined with hemoglobin or RBCs. Okay, CO2 combines about 20 to 25% with RBC or hemoglobin, and this is known as carboxyhemoglobin. Okay, so carboxyhemoglobin is the combination of CO2 plus Hb. Okay, CO2 plus Hb, that is HbCO2. Now let's see the transport of CO2 in the form of bicarbonate ion. The first thing is that H2O, when react to the CO2, it will form H2CO3, that is carbonic acid. This carbonic acid breaks down reversibly into H plus HCO3 minus. This is bicarbonate ion. Remember, ion. Why I am saying it ion? Because there is a negative charge, that is ion is present. So 70% of CO2 combined with H2O and forms HCO3 minus, that is bicarbonate ion. Okay, only 7% of CO2 dissolve in plasma and then transport. So we can see that there is a two way for oxygen. One is blood, another one plasma. While in case of CO2, there is a three way. The first one is Hb or RBC, second plasma, third bicarbonate ion, H2, forget it. HCO3 minus bicarbonate ion. Okay, by percentage wise, oxygen in case of blood 97%, in case of plasma remaining 3%. By percentage wise, CO2 20 to 25%, 20 to 25% in the form of carboxyhemoglobin, and 70% HCO3 minus and 7% dissolved in plasma. So this is all about the transport of gases in case of our respiratory systems, the CO2 and O2. So stay tuned with the topic, and thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you.